All right, welcome to Lesson 64. In Lesson 64, we're going to learn about semicircles. And all that means, it's half a circle, part of a circle. And there's just some new names that you should know. So, an arc would be part of the circumference of a circle. So a circumference means all the way around a circle. Well, if you're ever measuring just part of that circumference, it's called an arc, A-R-C. So that's just something to know. So whether it's just a little bit or completely half of a circle, it's called an arc. It's no longer called a circumference. Also, we still have a radius, right? From the middle to the edge is still called a radius. And then also from the top to the bottom, going through the middle of the circle, that's still called a diameter. So those are just some terms to keep in mind. But what we really want to focus on today is how would we find the perimeter of a semicircle and how would we find the area? Well, in a whole circle, we would find the perimeter, we'd find the circumference of a circle by taking the diameter and multiplying that by pi. That would give us the perimeter. But notice that if we're only going to be talking about half of the border, half the perimeter, half the circumference, we can't just multiply the diameter by pi. We would need to divide that number by 2, right? Because it would only be half the pi. So that actually would be the way that you would calculate the perimeter of the arc. It would just be diameter times pi divided by 2. Now, do you remember how to calculate the area of a regular circle, of a whole circle? That would be the radius squared times pi. But again, we're not calculating the area of the whole circle, only half. So all you would do is divide that answer by 2. So this really isn't that hard because it makes sense logically that if you're only talking about half a circle, you need to divide your perimeter or to divide your area by 2. But it does mean you have to be very organized. Go ahead and look at example 64.1. You're supposed to find both the perimeter and the area of this figure. What I would recommend doing is copying the figure onto your paper and then crossing out each side as you calculate the perimeter to make sure you don't forget a side. And then when you calculate the area, start shading in the area as you calculate the area. That way you don't accidentally forget any portion of it. All right, so this has been lesson 64, calculating half circles, both the perimeter and the area of those half circles, also known as semicircles. All right, let me know if you have any questions.